Good morning. Here we are after Mormon Mitt Romney smoked that Gingrich in Florida. Well, as you might not know, I'm from Utah. And I want to talk today about the wonderful Utah trained women that I'm sure is behind Romney. I know he is. I mean, he's got a good Mormon wife, and that makes all the difference. As I've told Doc many times, he's so lucky to even run into a Utah trained woman. Because, a Utah trained woman, as you know, Mormonism started in polygamy. Well, you can imagine how well trained these women had to be, submissive. Oh, I saw that cute little gal down there. Gosh, she's just beautiful. I think I'll take her for my fifth wife. Oh, just imagine what this required of a Mormon woman.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay,
let me ask you a question.
Look at him, the old patriarch here. Look, he looked just like those bearded old patriarchs of yesterday. Look how romantic he looks. He could easily marry 17 women and have 200 kids. Whoa.
What makes you think I haven't?
I remember my grandfather reading about him, my great whatever. He went off on a mission. He was sick, and so they had to get a little nurse, a local nurse, in to care for him. Well, guess what? My grandfather came home from his mission with a new wife, the little nurse.
Well, isn't that the way it works,
Yes, and the other women were saying, oh my word, he's not in good health. And their boys, their sons, had to step in and take care of the little kids that started coming from this beautiful little nurse wife.
Why are you pointing at me when you do that?
Because you look like an old patriarch, that's why.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not know that.
Anyway, Mormon trained women, they will give you food. They will try to feed you, even if you don't want any food. And they will always share their cooking, and he knows that. I'll bring him every concoction. He'll say, he's just so, he'll say, I didn't want that. And, if a Mormon, if a husband snarls a little bit or isn't appreciative.
That's not true. I never said I did not want it. I usually say, what the hell is that?
Oh, yes, but see, we're trained. I mean, my grandmother...
And then I say, I don't want that.
She would never, ever have sneered at him, no matter what he said.
Because I'm quite attractive.
Because,
nicely.
they knew that they could be replaced, or they wouldn't even get any time. Sit down here. I have got a little bit more feisty since I left Utah. Anyway, my Mormon grandmother would never, I never heard her say anything to my grandfather ever, and he got pretty autocratic. He'd come in, crack the whip. Well, where's my dinner?
No, wait a minute. Is this the guy that carried the bull whip with him? Or
no, but one? This grandfather, everybody's scared to death of him too. He was a regular patriarch. Oh boy. His word was law, and the kids had all, but here would be...
They're definitely west of the Pecos, you know that. West
but
and
me,
north of the
when
Pecos.
I got older, I'd think,
it's a river in
how
Texas.
can I ever be submissive and kind and sweet like my grandmother? I don't feel that in me. I could feel this roiling and boiling, but as it turned out, I'm a lot sweeter than you would think. Ask him. I'm so sweet. But also,
and you wonder why I drink beer, right?
Also, my grandmother was very psychic, and she talked to spirits. All her family talked to spirits. They prayed all the time. They were close, and it was very common. I'd go to her to hear these stories of spirits that, like she had a relatives that they all prayed, they both prayed, and they both knew the hour of their death. They laid down and died as the spirits told them, and they got ready. And I think, oh, my grandmother was very psychic, and she passed down this to me. So it's a little bit hard for a psychic not to believe in spirits.
No, wait a second. Wait just a second. Could you give me a clue on when your ETD is coming, estimated time of death?
Oh yes, I will be able to tell you.
No, I mean, I want it now.
Quite certain.
I want it right now. So
I'm not going to look in the future and see
how much longer I have to put up with you.
Uh-oh. Well, now that's a Mormon. When we hear Mormon trained women or Utah trained women hear anything like that, we just smile and are patient, endlessly patient. And but anyway, as in modern times here, we've seen Romney.
That would explain all
and of course, I can't believe, I've never been able to believe in pro-choice because I'm a psychic with spirits, without spirits, to tell us what's going to happen.
Well, now wait a minute.
And
I have my own
communicate
spirits.
with us.
I have my own spirits here,
So,
okay?
I, just...
You know what my spirits are telling me right now?
Yeah.
I need a drink.
Yes, and angels, and this is how come Mormons in their past have seen so many angels and personages that because there's a lot of psychic. Joseph Smith had a very psychic mother. I've read the story of her life with Joseph Smith, her son, who established Mormonism. So the power of the psychic, sheathed in religious, in religion is part of the Mormon background for me. And it is for many, even though they wouldn't acknowledge that if the psychic was questionable. But anyway, well, yeah, I mean, some people.
Psychics?
So this is why I was never, ever, and this is why Mormons are very much against abortion, because they're too much in communication with the spirit. I've had dialogues with the dead my whole life. I found out that I'd inherited that ability, and with work, I added to it. And my specialty was dialogue. You write down what the spirits say. I have written literally volumes of dialogues with spirits, and I threw them away because, people just, they don't understand this kind of thing, and they don't, but anyway, my two sisters have passed now to the other side, and I was blogging, and I put some dialogue in there with my sisters. Well, the kids, although it was sometime after she passed, one of the kids happened to have one of the dialogues called to their attention, and they got very upset. And this is what you have to watch. If you have a dialogue with your sister and her kids read it, this is why I threw so many of them away, they might get mad at what she said or what you purported she said. Because they then they may not be as good at dialogue as, with the spirits. They maybe haven't even had time to get their thoughts in gear and find out where their mother might be. I mean, they're trained, so they will find her and they will be communicating with her, but they kind of want, they don't want their mother saying anything to their sister, like my, that, it's going to disturb them. So this is why you have to keep your spirit activities with spirits kind of quiet. Just to keep family relations from erupting in a big, disagreement and fight. So I haven't been talking very much about my dialogues. And even my sisters up there, they've been very cautious about talking to me because they don't want to cause problems. They talk to me every once in a while when they think it's safe, but they don't really think that they're trying to get get with their kids so their kids will be able to feel their spirits and talk to them, and that way the kids won't get mad if somebody else talks to them and they're not talking to them yet. So, but anyway, this is the kind of president you will have if you elect Romney. You might not be ready for it. I don't know as I'm ready, because there's a lot of ways I left the church. There's a lot of ways I disagreed with Mormon thinking. This thing of women not being regarded as equal, just sort of this whole idea, even though.
Well, they're not.
Yes. Well.
I told you, here it comes.
No. And, because Mormon men get kind of spoiled, and they've got these submissive women waiting on him. Well, bring me this, bring me that. The country louts, as I call them, they get kind of overbearing. I had to leave he was descended from Joseph Smith's family, but I had to leave him. He was spirit. He believed, in the psychic. I could talk to him about that, but when he got drunk, God help us. He should never get drunk. Well, he insisted on drinking anyway. So I said, well, if you don't quit, because you turn bad when you drink. I'm going to have to leave you because you're dangerous. And I did. I left him. Because Mormons don't believe in drinking. They don't believe. But there's quite a lot of Mormons that violate this. And they're related, so they're not penalized that much, or blamed because they're men. You're kind of supposed to be submissive no matter what the man does, not divorce him. Divorce is, frowned upon. You don't divorce a Mormon man, no matter what he does. But I did.
I got a track record on divorces.
yeah, here's
But at least I will say one thing in my defense. Every woman I married, I divorced. I did not let them hanging out there for years and years.
Oh yeah, he was virtuous. He gave them their freedom. Well, yeah, you gave their freedom, but and he's planning on giving me mine by dying. I told him. I said, I don't want your death.
Wait a second now.
Whether you hung around
I thought it was my death. I thought you were going to get your death. And
he's been told if you don't quit drinking, you're going to die. And he's just intent on getting out of this world.
Well,
and
I like to meet your relatives, all dysfunctional
as you
family.
sober up, you want to live because you believe in the spirit. You're going to have to pay for your crimes. I told him. And he is such a rebel, he don't even believe anymore in the spirit. He doesn't even believe he's going to die and he'll still be in existence.
Well, yeah,
because his spirit will still be.
Do you believe in pink elephants?
Oh, listen, yeah, see, he doesn't believe in anything you can't see, that you can only sense or you see with eyes. He doesn't believe in that. And I believe that I will see the spirits very clearly after I die, but I can't, I don't see them now. It's very rare occasion. I will see them in dreams. I see them in dreams very clearly, but sometimes. But it's hard to see spirits with these eyes. And once the body is gone, then you will be in that world. You'll be in the spirit world rather than. But he doesn't believe that. Thinks that's nonsense. But anyway, I'm trained to keep trying with him. Keep trying. Be patient.
You're trained.
I am one of the most patient people in the world.
You're trained.
With an alcoholic.
But that's the only people you've ever associated with.
My dad was a Mormon alcoholic. He believed the church.
And we know that story.
He believed this,
over
but he just had the fault
So was
of
your
drinking.
husband. So was your boyfriend.
But I was very, very patient with my dad. I've been very patient with my ex. Was very patient with my ex-husband, and I'm very patient with him, even though sometimes it's hard.
You've told me before that
But
The sad thing about it is, she's the best she can find, but she's looking around for somebody better. I say, good luck. I'd like to meet this guy because he's got to be a pimp.
Oh, yeah. Well, but I think...
I bet he can walk on water and make wine turning back into water.
Listen. Well, but this is the kind of Mormon wife that Romney has undoubtedly got, or he wouldn't have done so well. He couldn't have done all what he's done without, and made all that money. And
you're kidding, he's a
look
corporate
at the
raider.
shape he's in.
He's a
Look at
corporate
this.
raider.
I know, but he had a wife behind him, helping him in many other ways. He's not just a corporate raider. He is a man. And, you know, Mormons are very encouraging of business, of doing well in the world. The Mormon Church is one of the richest, because they manage this process of becoming wealthy so they can build beautiful temples here and there and send missionaries all over the world. They manage all this very well. Their money, and they're tax-free, so...
Gee, sounds like they copied.
And of course there's lobbyists.
Sounds like they copied the Roman Catholics, doesn't it?
Constantly stop anyone that wants to tax churches. Oh, how could they do such a thing? So, this is one reason probably why Romney is so wealthy. So if you think that is the epitome of success in this world, but I tend to think the spiritual side, and Romney was weak in the spirit, in that he switched back and forth. He left Mormon belief and got him in trouble because now people don't trust him. They say, the other Republicans say, he's not strong on abortion. He's not, and he wasn't. He switched back and forth. So we're going to wait and see.
It's a 2-minute warning.
How he comes across. And as a Utah trained woman, I will be watching very close as I look after my old wreck here. I never give up on him. I know he has the elements of a good, even remarkable, even wonderful man in him. But I never give up trying.
Just bursting to get out.
Yeah, that's
bursting
right.
to get out. And tell all you wonderful people out there how much we really, us semi-quasi pseudo-intellectuals, loved the Republicans because...
yeah, listen to him.
America,
and listen to him. See, he's the cynic, doesn't value life. This is what the Democrats are into now. Abandoning spiritual beliefs. Because how can they have that pro-choice as a platform if they haven't abandoned it? I'm a Democrat, but I'm a pro-life Democrat, and I do not believe that, be quiet, I do not believe that the leadership of the Democratic Party right now is right. And I hope to see that other Democrats will rise up, and after they have had it proved to them that America is not without soul, not without a belief in spirit.
Wait a minute.
They will overcome the Democratic Party because they are pro-choice, because they have abandoned.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me
values
that our president...
And that's my party.
Our president...
I don't feel comfortable in the Republican.
Our president got no soul, baby. Our president got soul, man. What you talking about? You the one that ain't got no soul. You so white.
The soul.
I'm going to tell you how white you...
That's how they get their soul. But you got to put it on the line. You've got to prove to the world that you believe in soul, in spirit. So my Democratic Party is sleeping. Has been put to sleep by this leadership that came out of nowhere and took over and forced that kind of thinking. But that isn't the real Democrat. That doesn't say, that's not democratic thinking. That is tyrannical. That came out of countries like Russia and China. We have to get rid of the, this is where we nip in the bud problems. When they're conceived, well, that was communist country thinking. That doesn't belong in a Democratic Party. That's my opinion.
Did you turn it off?
Yes.